Let's see what it's going to be. Twisted Fate! All right, so this is the classic anti-Akali. Of course, Akali in the 1v1 is going to be able to kill you, but you can bring your friends. You can press Destiny, and it makes it very difficult for Akali to play in these team fights. And BDD so far, I think 2-0 on the TF this season.
Yeah, he has, well, you know, the Twisted Fate, it's kind of a BDD exclusive. He is 2-0, he's the only one who's played it. Reveals the Akali, great in this matchup. And then you can play around the Vi and Leona.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the Rift for game number 3, the deciding game between Gen G and KT. Last time we were in this position, it was KT that were able to walk away with a win, but it was also the team that won game number 2 that came away with a win. This time, that team is Gen G.
Any team shake the meta up like this, besides T1 obviously, but they made the meta. Lehends is walking at this.
All right, well, he's going to press his Eclipse button and then he's dead. That is first blood going over to Gen G, and I'm not entirely sure what the plan was.
Yeah, again, in this game, you're just not going to do it. Like, the Camille did nothing, the Renekton is doing nothing, and they gave this pick over, and we were concerned about it as Delight, no flash.
Yeah, and here's the Vault Breaker as traps are put in place, and you can see Cuz doesn't really want too much as Pei's chasing after Lehends, and he will be able to just grab the kill. That is first blood once again. And, oh man, sorry, second blood, but the first one was also onto Lehends.
Yeah, and this time, like last time, Lehends
control and power as this pick, and it's Gen G that are running the map. Once again, Keen is going to be taken down so low. They're going to dive him. There's the Cyclone to secure it as now Chovy trying to escape from aiming, and he does so very comfortably.
And the way this draft works for KT is you pick either top or bottom, and you try to snowball it. And I think KT are trying to do too much at once. And I think a lot of that has been aiming in Lehends, where Cuz is just seeing, okay, opportunity after opportunity here on the bottom side.
Doesn't want to have a repeat of what he had in game number 2, where he just kept getting picked off as Lehends, once again, the only one really forward on the map here, as he has to walk through all of these traps. Gets to a brush, but that is not going to be safety. Sidestepping quite nicely, some alcove gaming. But guys, he's still going to be dead. Oh, that was a cute idea. You saw what he was planning there. Still dead.
Gen G here is trying to wrap around, but he's seen.
Well, in comes Gen G. Here's the pincer as they dive forward. Chovy inside the Shroud. The Destiny's going to be there, but he just gets himself out. Peanut. Cyclone has a lot of value, but I think he's still going to go down as Keen grabs that kill. Aiming's also dead, though. Cease and assist going to be used onto the Cassante. They managed to pick him up as now Lehends diving forward.
Okay.
Chovy in trouble is now Cuz. Can he charge the Vault Breaker? He does. There is this double kill for the KT jungler, and they come alive. Welcome to the game, KT.
Well, I mean, it's certainly going to help. I don't think this alone is enough, but they're going to be able to get a turret out of this. They end up shutting down a lot of the map here for Gen G, and now KT Rolster in such a fantastic position.
Started on vision here from KT as they found Chovy on the flank. He immediately goes golden. There's the Destiny as we have a teleport in towards his backline as well. Chovy able to dash his way out. Cyclone's decent, but there's not a lot of follow-up. Cease and assist comes in. Chovy going to be taken down early, and the Varus also executes the Wukong. They do manage to get onto the Caitlyn, and KT, they'll find their fourth in the fight as well.
I cannot believe it.
And with the double kill for BDD.
I cannot believe it. They're actually maybe going to pull this off.
All right, Doran going to try and come in towards the backside of the fight, but not going to be able to stop them. And KT have Baron in their sights.
They're going to go for Baron here and then peel back to the Drake. I mean, this is not a ton of damage in this composition. Not at all, not even a little bit, but stronger at this moment in time. They may come to regret this choice later on if Gen G are able to get this soul with 2 more Drakes back to back.
Well, now KT have a firm gold advantage, and with the Baron, like you were talking about, they should be able to extend it. I'm also a little bit worried, man. I'm worried about giving away a Hextech Drake, slowing down that potential snowball. But if you're taking a Baron because of it, you're feeling pretty good. As now Cuz has found Delight in his own jungle. He puts down a really big turret, but it's not going to be enough to defend him. As now Doran diving on top of Cuz. Cuz is going to try and get him into the team. Now, that flash was actually really cute. As now Doran has to get himself over the wall. The traps come in. Pace is going to be able to defend his top laner. But still, that was dicey, and now this inner turret isn't going to be defended. KT pushing once again.
I mean, this game starts, I feel like, a bit of a throw, Atlas. I mean, Delight, what are you doing over there? You know that he's pushing hard, and he's got a jungler to shadow him. And this is a disaster here for Gen G.
Yeah, and they've caught Peanut potentially on the offside of this one as well, as Lehends down to 50%. And KT, they were just being patient. They were just biding their time.
And this composition, when it has Baron buff, can just push really hard, and BDD can be between the 1 and the 4 so easily with his ultimate. Doesn't have to use it in this case. Now backs and buys a... Atlas, if KT actually didn't get that Baron and didn't get that map control for just one moment, like, I think Gen G have enough control to actually do this. But because KT have, like, 10% more control, they can start it. Oh!
There's the cease and desist as Chovy could be caught out. Does go golden. That's going to help mitigate it as BDD does exactly the same thing. Solar Flare is fantastic as, oh my god, the stuns are huge, but it's not enough to actually finish anyone off, and Keen is going to die. KT, they shot their shot, but it wasn't quite enough.
It was not, but doing a ton of damage here was going to force Gen G to back, so they could still hold these choke points here. Keen does have teleport when he spawns, so all KT need to do is continue to poke here on these chokes. Actually going to commit a teleport here. Doran is, they're not going to give him that time. The Hextech Soul is basically checkmate if KT actually get it. So Gen G need to do something before then. They can't actually just sit back and wait for 3 more minutes to be like, Chovy's farming, because you need a fight. You need a win, a decisive win.
Well, they are fighting. There's a flash. Solar Flare is okay. BDD just going to pick it up. The rockets from the grave come in, and now a teleport is being set up. Immediately, Chovy goes into the Zhonya's, but doesn't now have that for the next fight. Destiny comes in. Gen G 4 versus 5 have to contend. This is BDD gets himself over to the side, but now at least the Destiny gate has worn off. Chovy can now play the game as the gold card comes in, but he's immediately going to die. They're in a choke point against this Varus. And Peanut is having to run this one out. He'll try to get away, but he won't be able to. Warrior Trickster comes in. Gold card says no, and it's a double kill for BDD.
AT gonna do it again. Atlas here taking another 2-1 over Gen G. Way too long are the death timers, and Gen G, they waited. Eventually, they decided we've got to go in. Delight gets caught. Teleport from Chovy. He instantly has to stopwatch, and Delight, he's the first to die.
Oh my goodness.
And the last to die the second time. The KT roster, they pull it off, but man, was this game tense. It was slow, it was patient, it was the Tortoises League of Legends, but you know what? You catch Delight there, Chovy commits to the TP, and the instant follow-up is there. He has to stopwatch, which means he cannot do anything in the fight. And it doesn't matter how much side laning he does, how much CS he has, and how many items he and Pays have if KT just delete you before the fight starts. And they had to be patient, but they also eventually had to fight, right? Which is what I was leading into. Like, if Gen G do nothing and lose that soul, they will always be criticized.